There's this massive shift happening in the housing market right now, but it's not really about interest rates or inventory. No, this is about a huge generational wealth transfer that is completely rewriting the definition of a luxury home. And it all kicks off with one absolutely mind boggling number. Just look at that $4.6 trillion. Let that sink in for a second. That's not a company's stock value or some country's GDP. That's the scale of the financial earthquake we're about to dive into. So, what is all that money? Well, it's the total value of real estate wealth around the world that Gen X and millennials are going to inherit from the baby boomers just in the next 10 years. And this isn't some abstract thing happening way off in the future. It's happening right now. It's showing up in bidding wars and all cash offers as we speak. And what's really wild is where all this wealth is concentrated. The United States is set to get more than half of it, a whopping 52%. That comes out to something like $2.4 trillion. So yeah, the US is definitely the epicenter of this whole reshuffle. But here's the thing, it's not just about the money changing hands. Michael Altnew from Coldwell Banker Global Luxury really hits the nail on the head. He says the next generations are inheriting a historic amount of wealth and approaching luxury with intention. That word right there, intention, that's the key. It signals a totally different way of thinking. And that new intention brings us right to our first big idea, the new luxury mindset. It's all about a fundamental redefinition of what actually matters in a home. And this just lays it out perfectly. The old idea of luxury, was all about ornate designs, traditional status symbols, things that were meant to impress other people. But the new luxury, it's about how the home fits your lifestyle, its long-term value, how it functions, and this is a big one, your well-being. We're seeing a huge pivot from how it looks to how it lives. So these buyers want a home that's basically an extension of who they are. It has to actually work for their day-to-day life, not just look good for parties. And of course, it has to be a smart financial move. But maybe most importantly, it needs to be a real sanctuary. This isn't just about taste, It feels like a direct reaction to burnout culture, a search for a more balanced, holistic way to live. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, I thought the housing market was cooling off. And for the most part, you'd be right. But that's what makes this so interesting. We're seeing a tale of two markets, where luxury real estate is basically playing by its own set of rules. So check this out. For 2025, while the broader market is slowing down thanks to affordability issues and higher rates, the luxury sector, it's actually growing. We're looking at a 4% jump in sales. The confidence in this top tier of the market is just on another level. And all that confidence is fueling a really cool trend called nest investing. Basically, high net worth buyers are choosing to spend their extra cash on real estate, like upgrading their main home or finally buying that amazing vacation property, instead of on other luxury goods like fancy cars or watches. The home itself is becoming the ultimate luxury item. Okay, so we know what they're buying and why they're buying it. But this great reshuffle is also completely changing where they're buying. It's not just the classic spots on the coasts anymore. Wealth is more mobile than it has ever been. We're seeing these new luxury hotspots pop up in places like Atlanta, Nashville, and Dallas, which makes sense with their booming economies. But you're also seeing cities like Salt Lake City and Minneapolis get on the map because they offer this incredible mix of outdoor lifestyle and a growing tech scene. It's that sweet spot of opportunity, lifestyle, and a feeling of stability that this new generation is really after. And when they find that right location, they are super clear about what they want. The average home they're looking for is big. We're talking around 4,200 square feet. And almost 2/3 of them are asking for 5 or more bedrooms. But they're real non-negotiables, acreage, privacy, and, I love this term, forever views. That tells you everything. They're buying for the long haul. So when you put it all together, what does home even mean for this group? It's not just a place to live anymore. It's both a sanctuary and a strategy. It's their personal safe haven and a critical piece of their financial portfolio, all rolled into one. This quote from luxury specialist Jade Mills just nails it. Homes must tell a story to truly stand out. That's it right there. A home's real value isn't just in the square footage or the materials. It's in the unique story it tells and the specific life it lets you live. And that brings us to the final thought. This $4.6 trillion shift, it's more than just a financial thing. It's a cultural thing. It's changing our cities, our communities, and our whole idea of what it means to be successful and feel safe. So as all this wealth continues to move and reshape the world, you have to wonder, what story will our homes tell next?